Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. Where I do what I do for you. It's getting better. Let's get this party started. I got you. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life with mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all my right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to, know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question. Do you know you? You will when I'm through. It's rhetorical. But if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Yeah, that's what I do. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, oh, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not, simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my be true. I'm still working on a meditative lifestyle. So right now, right thinkers, the concept, or let's talk about the right yogic philosophy leads you to true happiness, aka supreme peace. But to get there is some work that you had to put in to make that possible. That's the best part about it. Let me help you out. With a yogic philosophy is not against the pursuit of happiness. No. In the world of time and space. However, it does teach that the pursuit of happiness with a sense of what? Attachment and dependence on objects and situations in the world of human experience will not fulfill your deeper need of what? The soul. If at all, they should be pursued with what? With an attitude, the right attitude of what? Detachment from physical things, dispassion from people and personal things. In reality, happiness does not and cannot come from these objects of the world. Hear me? I'm reading it from the book. I'm not saying it. That ain't my words. I'm reading it from the book, and you need to understand it because this is true. Cannot come from objects that can be what? Acquired, or from activities that are performed. That won't bring you happiness. That won't get you supreme peace. No to the no to the no. Again, understand, it can only come from within. If you think outside stuff is going to bring you true peace and happiness, stop. Why? It won't. I'm trying to help you with that. Focus on inner. Focus on yourself. Now, even actions that may seem to be pleasurable, and a lot of them could, in life, still cannot be considered as what? Sources of happiness. From a philosophical point of view, and try to be philosophical, stop being emotional. Excuse me. But from a philosophical point of view, why? Because all activities are just relative. What that means? This means that while one activity is pleasurable, was making you happy for one person, it is what? Painful for the individual doer who is what? performing the action and assigning a value to it, which what he or she has learned from what society, our parents, to assign. So therefore, if it was learned that going out to a party is supposed to be fun, we all know that, we all felt that, we all did it, we've done it, excuse me. Then that activity will what? Will be pursued as a source of happiness. On Facebook, we do the thing about Zanzibar. Every time I see it, I gotta laugh. Why? Boy, I had some good times back in that place. Why? My world evolved around, got to get to the Zanzibar. I was addicted. And again, societal situation. And when you're young, you pretty much do what young people do. Okay, I've been there, done that. But watch this. But that's a societal thing. That don't make it right or wrong. It's just what is going on. So therefore, where we at? Here, watch this. And then the activity we pursue, okay, for happiness. You think that, yeah, going out party, yeah. But watch this. Here is the performed, and watch this. Here, action, excuse me. Your action is performed in pursuit of what? The fruit of that action to enjoy yourself, get your freak on, go, you do your thing. Why? In the form of happiness. And I was happy as a pig and stuff. Why? I was doing what I wanted to do, got what I wanted to get out of it. So yeah, okay. But a result is the what? The result is desired from the action. I got, again, out of it what I put in. However, and there's always a however, there are several negative psychological factors which arise. Again, that will what? Not allow what? Your true happiness to manifest. Why? That's not where it's at. That's why. It'll never happen there. You'll never go over it, get over it. Why? Because it's just a phase. That's it. But the first is two things. The first is that the relentless pursuit of the action will render what? Your mind restless and agitated. I never forget, when they try to stop me from going out, man, all hell broke loose. Why? I'm going out. I'm going out. What you mean I can't? See? So, yeah. And if my mind was agitated. And the second one is that if the activity is not possible, there will be hell to pay. Okay? In my mind and physically, I was ready to fight. What? But I got to go party. Man, it's Saturday night. I got to be at the Zan. You got to be crazy. Everybody, listen, everything in my world is at the Zanzibar. I just got to laugh. But if that activity is throttled by some outside force, my mother and my father, meaning that someone is what is preventing me from achieving my objective and my goal of the activity. So what? You saw it as the source of happiness, and what happened? You develop anger. Hell yeah. I still feel like it's calm down. But yeah, watch this. And this is so true again. You develop anger towards them. My mother and father, I was pissed. If by chance you succeed in what? In achieving, I just sneak out, achieving your objective or activity. What happened? You became elated. And what happened then? And this was all caused what? Excuse me, well, I lost my place. Okay, the source of it happens. And watch this. Now you develop anger towards them. And if chance you succeeded in achieving, I snuck out, got out, and became elated. I'm happy now. I'm partying. I'm getting my thing off. But now what happens? And this will cause now greed in the mind. I know how to get over now. You will want what? More. There you go. More of it. And I did. When you are not able to get more of it, in particular time and fashion when you want it, what happened? You become depressed, godly, and disappointed. Man, I thought the world was coming to an end. When they locked me down, man, I didn't like that. So this is all, again, true experience. I know that from experience. But under these conditions, watch this. A constant dependence on what? Outside activities. We ain't aware of that. And worldly objects develops in the mind, which will not allow what? for you to have peace and contentment. Why? You always longing. You always want for something. Never happy with what you got because you didn't get what you wanted. Your needs will be supplied. George had a record. Give the people what they want when they want it all the time. Yep. This shows you. But when you give the people what they need when they need it, their needs will be like yours and mine. That'll calm them right on down. Thank you. I lived that one. And when you find peace and contentment, watch this. Now, even though it is illogical to what? To pursue activities which cause pain in life. We don't care. We gonna get the joy. We know pain coming, but we gonna get that joy. I deal with the pain when it comes. I've done it many times. People are constantly acting against what? Their own interests as they engage in what? Actions in effort to what? Gain or find what they call happiness, while in reality, they are enhancing what? The probability of what? Encountering, you ready? Pain later on. Always, that's the consequences of your action. You reap what you sow. Oh, if you put bad out, expect bad to come back. When you do good things, your luck seems to be good. Good things come from being a good person, doing good things. That's just the law of nature. That's the beauty part of it. People often act, watch this, and they shortly regret what? What they've done. Why? For the momentary pleasures and that pleasure, man, now, if she got pregnant, now you got to worry about 9 months dealing with this. A whole bunch of stuff can happen when you don't think for the moment at that time. Well, I just, no, be aware, stay focused. Again, but sometimes, watch this, people know even, again, here we go, we all done it, even at the time of they doing the action, knowing it's wrong. If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. I know I'm married. I know this is wrong, but I know it's wrong. But guess what? For that, whatever time it took, you got to pay for that action. So wouldn't it be better to deny yourself that pleasure, that to keep you away from what? Future problems. It's called preventive measures. I ain't gonna tell you have safe. No, I'm saying don't do it. Why? Don't make a difference. Safe or otherwise. That action will have to be dealt with, and you have to pay for that. So if you get caught cheating, it's always self-defeating. Why? You did it to yourself. That's why. When you lie to yourself, oh, don't worry about that. Don't even worry about it. Okay? Watch this. Where we at? They regret it shortly after they done. Knowing it's wrong before they even do it. As soon as you had it, now guilt sets in. The walk of shame, the beat up. Come on, man. That's not a good way to live. Been there, done that. Again, experience. All right? So what happened? Sometimes what people, sometimes what we okay, people know even at the time of that action what they're doing is wrong. Yet they are unable to stop themselves. Been there, done that. The idea is not to fall victim to it. Constantly say, well, I gotta get better. No, once is enough. I went to prison one time, that's all I need. No, I learned that lesson. Touch the fire. Oh, I know that's hot. So some things you don't need but one time to learn. And this is because what? When the mind is controlled by the lower nature, your desires of the flesh, and your expectations, and your intellect, the light of reason is now what? Clouded and it's dull. Why? It ain't you. That head with no brain is doing the thinking. And don't let that, why? It ain't got no brain. This is the one you should be using. Moving on. And when what? When the mind is controlled. There you go. When the mind is controlled by the intellect, meaning you're thinking before you're doing. You putting that thing, no, we ain't doing it. No. Here, chill. That's the mind. And then watch this. Now it's not possible for you to be led astray by the little fella because you let him lead. No. Keep it up here. Okay? Raise it. And watch this. You won't, it's And it's not possible for you to be what? Led astray by what? The fantasies and the illusions and delusions of grandeur of the mind by what? Achieving the goal that you wanted. And most people, goals are not that high, so they're gonna achieve them. But what? They're gonna keep going, keep going. And they ain't really did nothing. Moving on. But when you the individual and you're guided by what? Your higher intellect, then only what? Right actions due to right thoughts, right thinking can now be performed. It's a choice. And once you get comfortable with that choice, a lot of people follow religion, makes their choices to that religion. I ain't got a problem with them at all. I understand that. But I have something that I made a choice to follow. So I get it, understand it. Moving on. But it ain't until you figure it out. So then now you can perform what the right action with the right thinking. No matter what negative idea, here we go, I'm breaking it home right here. No matter what negative ideas arise in the mind, because your daily meditation and your understanding, you block that nonsense out. And such a person who cannot be deluded into what? Negative action. I'm one of them people now. Why? I put myself in that position. And when negative actions which what lead to what? Future pain and disappointments are not performed, I'm not doing that. Why? I know what comes with that. I know what that leads to. I'm not doing that. That's called learning. That's called bettering yourself. That's called self-improvement. Stop doing things to yourself that's hurting you. Thus, then what? Excuse me. When you don't perform those things, you get better at understanding. And then what happens? Unhappiness, sorrow and pain cannot exist. Why? You ain't giving it no weight. Idle mind is a devil workshop. Meaning if you ain't doing nothing, he give you something to do. But if your mind stay focused, you constantly busy on the right things, wrong, got no movement, got no weight. So you got to pay no consequences for what? Bad actions that you're not going to perform. You only do what? Right things, and what come with right things? Blessings. And thus, a person who lives according to the right thing philosophy teachings, we are what? Non-doers. That means we're without desire or expectation for the future results of any action that we perform. My mother-in-law, this is her to a degree, to the T. She's always helped. She's always given. Now at her stage in life, she getting it all back. And she loving it. Why? I'm breaking it down, explaining to her. The work that you put in, you didn't study this. You didn't learn under this nonsense, but she lived it. That's why you're getting what you're getting now. I said, she called her people who help her angels. I said, who the angels work for? She said, ooh. I said, boy, you got that thing. I said, thank you, Ma. You know the deal. But when you do these good things, now you live a life of what? Perpetual, you ready? Peace, happiness, contentment, what? In the present state. I'm blissed out right now. Like my man Sadi Guru said, I don't need no drugs to be blissed out. I'm blissed out all the time. Look at my eyes. I'm always high. Okay? I don't need no additive to reach that state within yourself, because that's where it is. If you're looking for that outside yourself, you'll never find it. Why? God is inside. I got one more paragraph for you. Let's wrap it up. So just to get you to understand, true peace is inner fulfillment. And it will never come through what? The pursuit of actions when there is an expectation or a desire, hidden desire, for the fruits of that action. It will not be rewarded. God knows your heart. So if you're doing things for the wrong reasons, I love this, because all your preachers, pastors that pulpit, liars, conniving, cheating, and bull crapping, they talking that good talk. They got to know. They got to know. They got to know. Like I said, you doing it, you know what's wrong you're doing. They know when they said it. They know it. They lying. They know they're going to do everything they say that you shouldn't do. They're going to do that. But all of them get caught. That's my point. They don't get away. No. Okay? But the belief, watch this. And I had to underline the expectation or desires for the fruits of those actions. If you're doing anything for a reason, you're a doer. Simple as that. But that's because the belief in objects or worldly activities or things as sources of happiness is therefore seen as a state of what? As known as ignorance. If you believe anything outside of you will make you happy, you are ignorant. So, wherein you, the individual, you're caught up in what? The delusions and illusions and fantasies and the fanciful what notions of your own mind. Of your own mind. All this is going on inside you. However, notice a however, even on the bad side, happiness is just around the bend. And peace can arise when? Sometimes spontaneously. It'll just come out of nowhere. What? When there is an attitude of what? Detachment and dispassion towards objects and situations in life that you ain't even paying attention to. But when you approach it with that attitude, everything just seems to fall out. Everything just work out. That's what a true blessing will come from. You doing it for that purpose. And that's when it's spontaneous. All of a sudden, you receive that blessing. Wow. Yeah. How'd I get that? Well, I get something you did. And when you living right, that's a continual thing. Perpetual blessings. Imagine that. Oh, you blessed all the time? Pretty much. Can you say that? Man, I catch him. Man, okay, well, change how you living. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. And you got to put it in effect. But if actions, watch this, if your actions are performed with the idea, here we go, of what? Discovering peace within. There you go. And it's all based on what? Your mental understanding and the philosophy that's outlined above that we teach in Maya, how to offer self and service. And watch this. And for the sake of what? Self-betterment. And even by doing that, you helping what? Society. If everybody did the same dumb stuff that society, we won't change. So self-betterment is helping society change. And then what? These actions, your actions, will have the effect of what? Purifying the heart. Why? You're appeasing God. You're satisfying God. And your heart would be filled and would be pleased for every individual who does this. It don't say who, what, no. Every individual who performs this. So the philosophy and the rules are there for anybody to follow. Okay? The desires and your expectations will dwindle. When? While the inner fulfillment and awareness of the present moment will increase. You're becoming more conscious of the now. You're becoming conscious. And there will be now a greater and greater what they call self-discovery of what? Peace. That's where it is within yourself. And this discovery of what is truly stable, changeless, like Maya's feather. It ain't moving. Within what? Within as opposed to what? The mind or the outer world, which are constantly what? Changing and is very unpredictable. That's life. You got to worry about that. But you can keep you where you need to be. And no matter what goes on in life, that's where you are. And now, along with this, there is now a greater effectiveness and perfection of one's actions on a day-to-day basis when you practicing what? Right thinking philosophy, practicing being your best self. That's all it is. But you have to practice it. You only get good through what? Repetition. That's what you should be doing for yourself. I'm going to stop right here. I got more, but I got to stop right here because I'm feeling good about the lesson. I hope I make my point. Hope I got it across to you. I don't have enough time. I know how y'all memories are, so I try to keep it short to a minimum. So I'm trying to keep it there. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. And in closing, right thinkers, may you all live to be 100, me 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers have passed away. Oh, I'll be back. I got more. This is getting good.